In tonight's video, we're going to be testing out the brand new Seestar S50 Pro versus the 7-month-old Seestar S30. As of right now, the S50 Pro is available for just $200 more than the S30 Pro via the affiliate link in the description below. So the question I'll be answering tonight is whether or not it is actually worth it. I'm Damon Scotting, and this is Astronomical. So, the latest installment of the beloved Seestar Smart Telescope range has now finally arrived. The Pros version of this year's new releases have given us better quality telescopes with bigger and better sensors, as well as some really cool wide field photography options. It's not really a question whether or not the S30 and S50 Pros are an upgrade on their non-Pro predecessors. The only real question is it worth upgrading? Perhaps you already have the S30 Pro and you're trying to decide whether or not the S50 Pro offers enough to make you want to sell your old scope and level up. Well, let's take a look at some real side-by-side images captured with these telescopes on the exact same night and for the most part processed in precisely the same way. First up is a near identical shot of the Heart and Soul Nebula. I'll start each comparison off with each frame at its native size before then scaling the S30 Pro shot to match that of the S50 Pro. Then we'll start to take a deep dive, because on the surface I'd say these shots look near identical, not really much to tell them apart. Perhaps you'd even prefer the S30 Pro shot more, since its wider field of view fully encapsulates both of these nebulae. But at 8x zoom, it starts to become apparent that the S50 Pro is producing the sharpest details of the two. Moving on to the North America Nebula, a target in which I have decided to edit differently in terms of colours, but kept every other process the exact same. The S30 Pro has more than 3 times the total integration time, which should work in its favour here. When it comes to judging a telescope's imaging capabilities, I always find it hard to gauge the image's quality when it's undergone post-processing, since the astrophotographer who imaged it can have a strong influence on the final output. But it is abundantly clear here that the Cygnus loop of NGC 7000 is a lot clearer in the S50 Pro shot compared to the S30 Pro. However, it's not all in the S50 Pro's favour. The two key things to note here are that the overall mosaic images from the S50 Pro did not feel as even across the board compared to the S30s. And the second, which is arguably a lot more important, was that it wasn't particularly efficient when it came to stacking. Both scopes were used in alt-azimuth mode and captured 10-second long exposures, and yet it was a regular occurrence for the S30 Pro to stack more images than the S50. In fact, in some cases, it was basically doubling it. This shot of the Veil Nebula was the nail in the coffin for the S30 Pro. It's obvious you're getting a lot more clarity with the S50 Pro, even if its integration time is a lot less. One of the points that might sway your opinion is the telescope's field of view, and if that is the case, take a look at this. I have overlaid 3 pictures of the Andromeda Galaxy captured by each of the respective telescopes to give you some sort of idea as to what they can fit within their native frames. If you were to put the S30 Pro and the S50 Pro specs into direct comparison, then the most obvious changes would be the bigger aperture and focal length, as well as the longer battery life. So that's what the extra $200 or $300 if you're watching this video after September 15th will be getting you. And whilst I do think the upgrade offers excellent value for money and certainly makes the S50 Pro the best value telescope in the world right now, you're not going to go wrong getting an S30 Pro. It's a very capable piece of kit at a more affordable price tag. The pair of them are of course very travel friendly. In fact, I took them both with me on a stargazing trip recently by simply placing them in my carry-on. The S50 Pro telescope does come with a soft foam carry case for transport, but it was just a little too bulky for my liking. So yeah, I'll leave it up to you to decide which of the two scopes you prefer. Personally, I think these smart telescopes are the best thing to ever happen to amateur astrophotography. It's never been easier and more straightforward to capture amazing images of our night sky than it is right now. In fact, now that I've been using the Seestar S50 Pro for more than 100 hours, I'm even more eager to get my hands on the long-rumoured S70 Pro smart telescope. From what ZWO have told me, there's no actual date for this to be made, let alone released. It seems as it stands right now they are focused on providing more affordable smart telescopes before going all in on making the ultimate all-in-one observatory. The S50 Pro is already at the peak of what exists in the smart telescope market right now. For less than $900, I think the S50 Pro is easily the biggest astro bargain of the year so far. If you're interested in learning more or checking out the rest of ZWO's smart telescope range, then be sure to click on my affiliate link in the description down below. It will take you straight to their official storefront. If you like this video, then make sure you subscribe because I've got plenty more Seestar videos coming out over the next week. Thanks for watching, I'm Damon Scotting, and this was Astronomical.